My name is Kaylee. If you don't know who I am and if you've never watched my videos before, welcome back. Or no, welcome. Yeah. And welcome back if you've watched my videos before and if you know who I am. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite go-to makeup look. I thought I'd do a really natural look so that you guys can be inspired for your school looks. You can also wear this makeup look to events, not just school. I wear it to any event that I'm going to because this is my go-to makeup look. Make sure you guys subscribe and like, and let's head into the video so that you guys can see how to get this makeup look. Alright guys, I just put my hair back a little bit because I didn't want the makeup getting on my not my face. I want the makeup on my face. I don't want the makeup on my hair. So I just pulled it back. And now, oh, before I started, just a quick tip and just something I do every time I do my makeup. I use some witch hazel, or you can just wash your face. I just like to have a clean base. It not only helps the makeup to go on faster, not faster, but smoother, but it also is just really good for your skin not to have all the oil and the dirt right under that layer of makeup. But the first step we're going to do right now is concealer. And I know what you might be thinking, why are you using concealer before foundation? I haven't found a really good foundation that I liked yet, so I'm just going to go in with some concealer, and I'm not going to put on any foundation. I don't think in school you're going to need too much foundation. I feel like you should look like yourself. I mean, some people might feel more comfortable wearing foundation. If that's what you feel, then totally go for it. But for me, when I'm going to class, if I do wear any makeup at all, I don't like to put on any foundation. So I'm just going to start off with this. And also, if you see me looking down a little bit, I'm just putting on some concealer in the mirror because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to apply some. I'm going to start off with the stick side of my concealer. This is Black Radiance concealer. The name, I had this for so long, the name is off of the container, so I'll try to look it up and I'll put it on the side of the screen somewhere for you guys to see so you can purchase it. I'm going to put it under my eyes just to brighten up my face and balance it out, and I'm also going to put some right on any little bumps that I see trying to form into pimples, and I'm going to just cover those up. And I'll be taking out the concealer again a little bit later when I'm doing my brows. So while I'm blending out my concealer, this is just a beauty blender I got from Forever 21. I'll put that as well inside the screen. But while I blend out my concealer, I'm going to tell the story of the first time I started liking makeup. And I think the first thing that comes to me when I think about my first interaction with makeup, not interaction, but my first thought of makeup, of enjoying it, was my cousin introducing me to Bethany Moda. And at first I was like, I'm not gonna watch YouTube. I wasn't really into watching YouTube videos at all, and I used to think that YouTube videos were boring, which is completely opposite now. I love YouTube. I just think I was younger and I just wasn't interested in that yet. But she introduced me to Bethany Moda, and we used to meet up every Sunday and talk about all the tutorial that was released that week. And I loved Bethany Moda. She's one of my biggest makeup inspirations when I was at that age. And I used to sit at home because I wasn't allowed to wear makeup yet, or not just that I wasn't allowed, I was really young, so of course I didn't have any makeup of my own. And I used to just play around with Vaseline and like say, oh, this is my lip gloss, or this is my brow gel, and it really just wasn't makeup, but just watching the tutorials and following along was such time. Like, it makes me so happy thinking about that being the beginning, because now look, I'm filming a makeup tutorial on my own YouTube channel, and I used to watch Bethany Moda's tutorials, so I never really imagined when I was younger that I'd be filming a makeup tutorial right now. Just super cool. So now I'm going to powder my face with this NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation. This is one of my favorite powders. I actually really like it. It's inexpensive. I'll put the price when I link this so that you guys can see exactly how much it was, but it's definitely, it wasn't super inexpensive. It's basically drugstore pricing. And I blend that all over my face to set the concealer and also to control any oil, because I have naturally oily skin, so I want to make sure that I stay matte. And I use the e.l.f. Total Face Brush just to do that, and this was a really inexpensive brush as well. I actually think I got this in a brush set for Christmas, which was amazing. And e.l.f. brushes are actually not bad. Like, I love this brush. This is my favorite powder brush that I have. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to blend that all over my face. next step is going to be brows. I'm taking this Anastasia angled brush and the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I just say pomade because I'm Haitian, so I think this is what way you pronounce it, pomade, I don't know. It's just the dip brow and it's in the shade dark brown. And I'm going to take that with my angled brush side and brush out and put that on. But first I'm going to use the spoolie to brush out my brows. So the first thing I think about when I think of the first makeup product I ever had, and I know exactly what that was this e.l.f. clear brow gel and clear mascara duo. And it's like brow gel on one side, mascara on the other side. But that was the first product I was allowed to buy. And I remember going into Target, I got this at Target, and I asked my mom if I can grab this. I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen brow gel all over these tutorials on YouTube and I really want some, and the mascara is gonna make my eyebrows long. And she was totally okay with it because it was clear and it was age appropriate, and it was just a nice makeup product for me to have in my collection. And I'm forever grateful for her letting me buy that, because it was one of my favorite products. I still use it when I'm setting my brows. The only thing is, I think I used it a little too much. Like, I really finished a whole brow gel in a couple months because I kept using it every single day, like for no reason. I would reapply brow gel and mascara. I would reapply it and I did not need that much, but it's okay. You know, I enjoyed it at the time. I was really obsessed with makeup and that was basically my only outlet at the time. So I just bought another one. It's all good. It's a funny story, so at least I have another story to tell about my makeup, and it wasn't just a waste of product. When I fill in my brows, I just go in with the natural shape because they naturally have the arch and the shape that I like, that I would have desired if I didn't have them. So I just go in and fill in the front a little bit, and I go over just to give it a darker color because I just like them to be a little bit darker than they are. And as you can see in that montage, I just filled in, and then while I was filling it in to distribute the color properly, I just took the spoolie end and brushed it through. Now I'm just shaping up my brows with some concealer. As you can see on this side, I just put a line around my brows just to clean it up. And I'm going to do that on both sides with the applicator liquid side of my concealer stick. I might have put a little too much, but you know, it's all good. We're just rolling. We're trying to figure things out. I'm not perfect at makeup. I'm gonna work with it, and I'm gonna blend it out with my foundation brush from e.l.f. actually, because for some reason it just blends out the concealer under my brows really well and it keeps the shape. I found using a beauty blender was just spreading it everywhere, and this was really keeping it where I placed it, just blending it out well. But yeah, I made a lot of mistakes as I did my makeup learning over the years. I've been doing it for a few years, and I've definitely had some moments like when I used to do my own makeup and I would go in with really ashy gray toned products like eyeshadows and bronzers and blushes that were way too light for me, and they would mess up my entire look. I remember one specific story where I did my sister's makeup and the whole look was turning out so well. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so well. Like, this is one of my really first good completed looks. And then I decided to go in with my Chocolate Soleil bronzer that I had gotten from Too Faced, which was too light for me and for her. But you know, I saw all the beauty gurus doing bronzer, so I was like, let me just add some bronzer. And it completely ruined the look because where I put the bronzer to make her look sculpted, it made her look lighter and ashier, and it was a mess. But I have learned from my mistakes, and now I'm very comfortable not only doing my own makeup, but with doing my friends and family's makeup as well. So I'll just continue to blend out my brows right now. So now that my eyebrows are completely blended out, I'm going to take the same foundation brush. This foundation brush is just really good for not just foundation, so e.l.f. This brush is really good. But I'm taking the NYX Eye Shadow Base. This is this like light skin tone color. And I'm going to take my foundation brush as well and just blend that over my eyes. As you can see, I did the eyeshadow base on this eye and I did none on this eye, and it just makes every eyeshadow pop. It's just a little bit lighter, and this was one of the best purchases I made. I realized as I was playing around with eyeshadows that it wasn't popping up as pigmented as it could have been, and once I bought an eyeshadow base, it changed my makeup game for the best. So you should definitely get this. This one's from NYX, as I said before, and I will link every product that I use in this video in the description so that you guys can purchase some of the products that I really love as well. Now we're going to do eyeshadow, which is one of my favorite parts. You can be super creative and super fun, and I don't know, I just felt like I was able to play around with eyeshadow a lot more than I could do with any other part of my makeup, and I think that's what makes me drawn to it. But I'm going to use my favorite palette right now, which is the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette, and I got this at BeautyCon. It was super awesome palette. I love the colors, and it has like some lighter shades at the top over here and some darker shades at the bottom. First, I'm going to go into the shade Sweet Tea, which is just a light brown shade, and I'm going to use that not only to set the eyeshadow base that I had placed, but to also just have a uniform color all over my eyes so it can help blend in all the other eyeshadow shades that I'm going to be using in this look. Oh, and I'm using this e.l.f. blending eye brush, which I bought on my own. This wasn't a part of the brush set that I had before, and it's just a really good brush for blending out my eyeshadows. It helps my eyeshadow application a lot. Whoa, the eyeshadow really just flew in my eye, and I'm okay. It's all good. I just hate when I'm doing my eyeshadow and the eyeshadow flies everywhere and it's just all in my nose and my eye. But no pain, no gain. The makeup process is very dangerous, but it looks amazing in the end. Next, I'm going to take the darker brown shade Old Fashioned in the palette, and I'm going to blend that into my crease. I blend that color in my crease. Let me tell you guys about the story of how I snuck really bright electric blue eyeshadow on right before my aunt's wedding. So we got our makeup done. I was a flower girl in the wedding along with my other cousins and my sister, and I was super cute, you know, with my little dress. I was young. A whole motorcycle just passed by. We had like really cute little Tiffany blue dresses on, and I ran around and I was nice and little. And we got our makeup done, which I thought was amazing because as a child, like getting your makeup done was a luxury, and just having makeup on, I really thought I was grown for a minute. So I got like a really pretty Tiffany eyeshadow done because the theme of the wedding was Tiffany blue, and I was like, this is so pretty. But that was early in the day, so I was like looking at it in the mirror a few minutes later, not a few minutes later, a couple hours later, and I saw that it was fading a bit. Because as you know, naturally eyeshadow, if you don't set it properly, it'll start to go away. So I looked at the palette that was on the dining room table downstairs, and I saw the bright blue color that I thought was amazing, that would match the wedding perfectly. So I snatched up the palette quickly, ran up the stairs into the bathroom, and I just took my finger, because there were no brushes, no nothing, that I didn't have any brushes on me. I really just took only the palette. I just went into the blue and just put it all over my eyes. I really just put it all over my eyes. I'm just cringing thinking about this because I really thought it was amazing at the time, and now that I think back on it, it was terrible, like terrible. It was so bad. But I went down, and I don't think, did people really notice? I didn't put too much on. I'm pretty sure they noticed, but they were like, whatever. So good thing I did it on early because the wedding was a few hours later, and of course it faded because I did not set it, which we will be doing this. We will be setting my eyeshadow in this video so you guys can see what not to do and what I did at that age and how horribly it turned out. So yeah, that's the story. It faded before the wedding, which I thank God for, because I would not want to look back at those wedding pictures and see some bright lustrous blue eyeshadow. But you know, it was fun at the time. I enjoyed it. Now I look back and cringe, but that's life. In a few years, I'll probably look back at this video and cringe at myself. I didn't realize that whole time telling that story I was blending the eyeshadow, which you did not need to do because the color was not that strong. And now my eyeball kind of hurts, but it's fine. I'm just having a little bit of pain right now, but I'll be okay. It's all for beauty. No, it's not all for beauty, but it's good. It's for the sake of this tutorials. But anyway, I'm going in with the shade Sugar Coated on the palette. It's just this bronzy orangey shade. And I'm going to take a flat shader brush. I got this a long time ago at Clarins. I just keep washing it and cleaning it, and it's just actually a really good shader brush. So I'm going to take Sugar Coated, which is a copper orangey bronze shade, and I'm going to place that on my lid, but not a lot because it's extremely pigmented. And I want this to be as natural as possible, so if you're more fair, you can go for a lighter color that'll just be a nice shimmer for your skin tone. If you're more medium skin tone, you can go for a medium shade or like a more pink tone or whatever you like. But for me, the copper is more natural because it doesn't have too big of a contrast. It just adds a nice shimmer and an orangey tone. So whatever shimmer that's closest to your skin tone is what you should use. So I'm going to just put a little bit from the brush and then blend out with my finger until I get the look that I like. So I just blended that out with my finger and the brush, like I said. I'm telling you, this palette is super pigmented when it comes to shimmers. So I really just patted a little bit on the brush because I didn't want it to be super pigmented. I'm using the shade Citrus, which is a gold shade, but it has, I don't know if it's duochrome, I don't think it is, but it definitely has some peach and almost green, but not really, just a lot of peach and gold shimmer in it. So I'm going to take that shade on my same brush and I'm going to put that under my brows and in my inner corner to make it pop more. So now I'm going to take that same old-fashioned dark brown shade that I used in my crease, and this is the last step. I'm going to blend that right under my eye with the same fluffy brush just to keep it balanced. Now I'm going to skip eyeliner for this step because I want the look to be natural. I feel like when I do eyeliner, either it's super thin or too thick. And I just have to practice more because I haven't gotten that perfect in between. So I'm not going to show you guys some mess of an application of eyeliner, which is one thing that I've learned when I was younger to practice more, because I definitely ruined a good amount of looks with eyeliner. So I'm going to go in instead with some mascara, and this is the Revlon Volumazing mascara. And this is one I'm just recently trying and I actually like it a lot, so I'm just going to apply that to my top lashes and a little bit on my bottom lashes. Not have mascara. Mistake, because I usually end up with a big splotch of mascara on my eye or something, but maybe because I'm filming, you know, mascara decided to give me some mercy, so I don't end up with a big splotch of mascara on my eye that I have to wipe off later. So that's always a plus when your mascara works out. But next up, which is one of the last steps, I'm almost wrapping up this tutorial, is my NYX Born to Glow highlight, and this is the shade Chosen One. And it's just a light gold shimmer, and I'm going to place that on the high points of my face, but not too much because I don't want to end up looking greasy. Next, I'm going to be doing my lips. So I'm actually using this sample of the Clarins Instant Lip Comfort Oil. And this I actually got at BeautyCon as well when I was going through booths, and they gave me one of these gold ones, which is super nice, and I love the way it feels. I love the look of lip gloss, guys. I love lip gloss, but it feels so sticky and I hate the way it feels. But this is a lip oil. It's just as glossy, but it feels almost like the texture of Vaseline when you put it on, just slightly stickier but not unbearable. and that has been super hard for me to find. So the fact that I found this is amazing. So once this runs out, I'm definitely gonna go buy the full size of this because it is super good. And it has a flat paddle shaped applicator, and it's easy to get all around the lips. So I'm just gonna apply some of this on my lips. I don't know if you guys see it on camera, but in the light, it has a gold reflect right on the lips as I shift in the light. And it's just really pretty light gold shimmer. It's nothing too crazy, it's very subtle, but who doesn't love a good pop of gold shimmer? I love the way it looks. And now I'm gonna spray my face with the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. And that's just gonna set my face so it doesn't move for a while. I felt like Nikki Tutorials, you know when she sprays her face in her videos? One of my favorite things to watch. It's just so fun. And this is the end look. So much for watching my video. This is the finished look, and I hope I helped you guys achieve a really fun school look or just any event look that you're going to. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up just so that you can let me know that you're enjoying these videos, and also comment down your favorite color. I want to know your favorite color. That's just a random fact. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, whoa. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.